Welcome to South Africa.
I know. This is so fun. So we came to you last episode from Braze, which was really fun.
On the road.
And now we're in South Africa.
We shouldn't say on the road. We're in the air.
Yeah, we were in the air, which we said we should have taken a picture and posted it, but we didn't. Yeah. So we had a long flight here and arrived late last night. Well, it really wasn't that late when we got here, but we got here. And here we are in South Africa.
Yes. Bringing you the Misfits.
Yes. On the road.
On the road.
We're still Misfits here.
That's for certain.
Not just Misfits in the United States. Right. We are Misfits here. We realized very quickly. So,
yes.
But it is November. So that was kind of why we wanted to talk about gratitude, being that it was Thanksgiving. And so that was kind of what got us on the theme of gratitude. So we touched it briefly when we were in Braze.
Yeah, we did. And I think it's a good thing. I mean, it's a hard, specific study, I thought. When I was looking at it, it's like, there's biblical gratitude, but it's not, it's a theme, but it runs through everything. It wasn't like we sort of picked a character and decided, how does this person demonstrate gratefulness? So it was,
Well, and I think being in South Africa, somebody had asked me, why do you like to travel all the time? And I was like, obviously it's fun, but I love seeing different parts of the world. Yeah. But it makes me appreciate what we have. And I told this person, I said, it makes me realize how big God is. Like sometimes I can get so into my own world, my own little stuff, my own people, my own job, my own stuff. And then you come halfway around the globe like we did. And you land here and you realize there are people here, which sounds silly. Of course there are people here, but they have a job and they have a life.
They're living the same way. Yeah.
And God is just as concerned about them as he is about my little stuff, which just makes it feel so much bigger. And then there becomes so much gratitude in who God really is, that he can manage what's happening here in South Africa for these people the same way that he's managing my stuff.
Right. I wrote that in my journal this morning. I'm like, I just can't believe that you keep track of all this.
Yes.
Right. It's like, I know that that's not how it works, but at the same time, I'm like, this is just so weird to be.
Especially when we saw that plane going across that ocean. I mean, it was a long time we were over the ocean.
I don't know what, more than 3/4 of the flight was over ocean.
Yes. I mean, because Atlanta's not far.
Right.
And we're not that far into, so I mean, of the 15 hours that we were in the air, I would say 13 of them.
Yeah. I think we were only over land at this end for less than 2 hours.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a lot of ocean, which makes you realize just how big God is, which then takes me to how thankful I am that we have a God that's that big, that he cares about my tiny little details in Ponte Vedra, Florida, and he cares about these people's world all the way over here.
Yeah, right. And no differently.
No different.
But then you get the same stuff, you get the jasmine and you're like,
yes,
how did God get jasmine here? And it's just, it makes you appreciate, this is I don't know. I was writing in my journal this morning and I was saying sort of along the same lines, oh my goodness. It's so the same, but it's so different.
So different.
Yeah.
And it just makes you come out of your own little bubble. I think that's what travel does to me, is just
forces
even sometimes when I'm in the States and you drive through very rural areas, you're like, oh my gosh, these people have a life that I just completely don't understand and I'm not privy to, but God is just as
present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool, but it is fun coming from South Africa.
It's fun to get a sense of a slower pace or a different pace
and we're in,
but also a city is a city.
Well, and I was going to say, we're in Pretoria right now. So if you're looking behind us, I'm like, that doesn't feel very South African.
No.
The city is the city. We're very much in a city right now. We don't do the safari until tomorrow.
Right. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
Then I sent you the video of the lion that went through the cage. And I was like, I did watch. That's the other thing about November 1st. So in my world, I begin fall and Halloween. I'm a big holiday person. And so I begin fall and Halloween September 1 and it goes September and October. But November 1, all Christmas. It's November, December's all Christmas.
You don't have a shirt on this as Christmas.
I almost brought one because I was like...
They're very into Christmas.
They're very into Christmas
here. So it's just your perfect spot.
I was very happy. So I crossed over this morning. I woke up and I'm like, all right, I changed my ringtone on my phone to Christmas. On the way over here, I watched a movie, Holiday in the Wild, because I was like, it's Christmas and
Christmas.
We're going to the wild. So it was a whole Christmas movie about Africa.
I'm not ready for all that. I'm not ready for Thanksgiving even.
Well, my Thanksgiving is Christmas. I'm thankful for Christmas. And that's my whole Thanksgiving is Christmassy. I do it, but it's very Christmassy.
but I'm not even like, I'm not ready for November.
Yeah.
I guess is,
Yeah,
I
get so
feel like
excited.
I've been going in so many different directions. But
And
that's okay.
I decorate my house so much for fall.
Yeah.
And then it goes right into Christmas. So I get so excited when January rolls around to get my house back. Because my house has not been my house from September, October, November, December. So by January, I'm like,
yeah, I was thinking when we get home, like I've got to get
we got to decorate
Christmas stuff out.
Got to get it going.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm definitely not ready for it. This is the swan song of my year of brave. I said yes to everything for my year of brave. I did. I said, yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. And here I am. So this is the end of it. So
very grateful to be here.
Very grateful.
Very grateful to be here. It's super fun.
Grateful.
So we made it. We're here. Yeah. Awake. Times of time. It was very interesting too. We came when the United States changed the clock.
Yes.
And South Africa doesn't change the clock. So that even threw it a little bit more. Yesterday, we were a 6-hour time difference. Today, we're a 7-hour time difference.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I'm learning all kinds of
new things.
Yes, all kinds of things. All
Here
right.
we are from South Africa in gratitude.
Tell us about gratitude, girl.
So I think we talked about it this morning at breakfast. It was a really good study for me. I needed it. I think maybe it's the time of year. We're getting to the end of the year and, like new goals set in January. So you're kind of ending the year. And I felt very, I don't want to say blah because it wasn't like sad but I was very complainy, very whiny. Yeah. Like I've been very whiny lately. And this study of gratitude was like, oh my gosh, get it together, girl. So it came at a very good time.
It came at a good time for me too, because, since we haven't been misfitting, I have not been as good about my Bible study time. And I've just gotten sort of like, there's no, joy in that. There's not like it's, and so I got to jump back in. I'm like, oh, I feel better. I'm back. This is good. So gratitude was very helpful. It was a good place to start.
It was. And it was good for me. I needed it. Like it's really literally helped me the last 2 weeks. Just kind of like get back into God, you are so good. Right. Which is where I needed to be. Right. So biggest thing I kind of got out of it, this is our lesson session. So just some things that we got out of it. Not obviously. I went to Webster's first, like gratitude, the difference between gratitude and thankfulness and really trying to look at what they said. And so Webster said, a feeling of appreciation for what one has, often in response to a kindness, gift, or fortunate event. It is both a state and a trait that involves recognizing goodness in life, which can lead to benefits like increased well-being, stronger relationships, and improved health. So gratitude can improve our health, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
From a biblical standpoint, though, then I went to like a biblical definition of gratitude, and they said, an act of worship, a mindset shift, which I loved, response to God's grace, and a way to serve others. And so the biblical gratitude, it's a Greek word, and I'm not even going to try to say it. It's Xapiti. I don't know what it is, but it says, get my goofy glasses on, refers to showing appreciation and returning kindness versus just being thankful for something that happened to or for you. So like Webster says, gratitude is being thankful for something
that happened to you.
Right. Which has a very selfish, not selfish, I mean, you're being grateful, but somebody did something for me and I'm thankful and grateful for it. Whereas biblical gratitude says it's what you're doing to show kindness for somebody. So if somebody does something to me and I'm going to be kind back, that's the gratitude. So it's a little bit more action oriented, which I love. So their example, biblical gratitude is a positive response to experiencing God's goodness and grace. Once you realize that God is working in your life, you'll show gratefulness by how you live. So it is, I loved that. Like it's more actionable than just the state of, I'm thankful and I'm grateful.
And it's a reflection of your heart.
Yes.
It's like you can be grateful in very sad circumstances, which, isn't what Webster says. Right. Webster sort of says it's when something good happens to you.
Something happens to you, something kind, which is still good. That's still not negative. It's almost like the biblical gratitude takes it a step further. Not only am I just saying I'm thankful and grateful. So saying you're thankful for something or someone to be polite, but not genuinely acknowledging the efforts by your own actions. So it's like it just takes it a step further, which I loved. I really like that.
It sort of goes into that, like, like the more the sanctification process, hopefully the further we get along, the more people see Jesus in us. I mean, gratitude is sort of very much the same, along the same lines.
It should be an example of our Christian
walk. It's a reflection.
Walk. Oh, they're such a grateful person.
Right. It's a reflection.
And I don't think I reflect that well.
I don't think anybody would say that I'm a grateful
No one's going to look at
person.
you and be like, wow, I see Jesus in her gratefulness.
Yeah. I don't think so either.
That's not good.
Yeah. This was, they were echoing Philippians, it says, but gratitude turns what we have into enough. And it's not just physical stuff, but it's what we haven't, like what you're saying, like our spirit is enough that it's reflected.
It should be overflowing.
Yeah.
Even in, like you're saying, negative circumstances, there should be such a joy. Not just a peace. I mean, there should be, you hear people talk about like, they're going through a difficult time and they have the peace of God, which we should have. Right. But this takes it like there should be a joyfulness and a gratitude, thankfulness, even in the midst of difficulty.
Even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good. It appears 157 times in the Bible. So that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what it did to me is it made me go back to the Psalms.
You gotta love the Psalms.
Michael would be proud of us going back into the Psalms, but it does, because that is where you get how good is God, right? So,
I agree.
I keep going.
Okay, a few other things. They had 6 pillars of gratitude, which I thought these were great. Relatedness. So it talked about how you're more grateful when you can relate to what somebody's going through or somebody's doing. So there's what you think if somebody loses somebody, you're much more actionable to them if you understand and can relate what they're going through. So relatedness.
If your circumstance, we just talked about this, like we haven't lost a child. And so it's sort of, yes, we can say, the right words or be with that person, but it's really hard to relate because I'd probably curl up in a ball.
Right. So to show that kind of gratitude that's actionable, it talks about being relatable, which makes sense.
I like that.
Sincerity.
Yeah.
Which that's a tough one too. We were talking about in class the other day. So I'm teaching this 7 habits of highly effective students. And the one habit is seek first to understand and then be understood. So we were talking about what it's like to
that's a good one.
Understand people. And they have like 5 ways of bad listening, right? And so one of the bad listenings, they call it word listening. And it defines it as somebody says the word and you acknowledge it, but you don't really get what they're saying. So you ask somebody, how are you today? And they go, good. Like they said the word good, but clearly their body and their emotions didn't reflect that. But when you're a bad word listener, you heard the word good and you're like, okay, great.
Good. I don't have to worry about that.
So there was no sincerity in it. There was no...
Interesting.
Ooh, I might be a word listener.
Yeah. It's easy to do that.
Yeah.
Especially when you expect the answer. Like everybody says good or busy. I go, good, fine, busy. Yeah.
And then it's listening with you have the answer before they finish. Which that's really a bad one.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Struggle with that one.
Yeah.
So sincerity, empathy, similar kind of that self-regard, integrity, and humility. So they were saying in this article that I was reading, if you could practice those 6 pillars, you would be a more grateful-hearted person.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't do those very well.
I know. Well, I sort of went down a different road and had themes. And so
you always do themes.
I was into the theme thing. I was like, okay, let's talk about that. So, gratitude is giving thanks for who God is, not just what he does. And that's a thing with me. I'm so easily into thank you for doing that. Thank you for getting us here safely. Whatever. Right. And I don't just, I just don't necessarily have the gratitude for just who he is. And the jasmine here and the jasmine there. So took me back to Psalms, which David's very good at that. Yeah. Right. Just, he gets in that up and down thing, but he does always end up with who you are, whether you're steadfast, whatever. So I thought thankfulness, even when the future is uncertain. And I read Mary's, when they're Catholic, you call it the Magnificat. What is it called? I don't even know, but where she's basically thankful that even though she doesn't know what the future is, she's thankful that God is doing something in her, in bringing Jesus. So like, that's really hard when so many circumstances are against her and uncertain, doesn't know what's happening. So,
right. And to be thankful for literally even the negative things.
Right. Right. That God was going to change the world with this seed that he planted in her. So that's good, I thought. Gratitude as the natural overflow of mercy. That one I think I can do. I do, like that's, I think, what people tend to think it's gratitude. But I read the story in Luke of Jesus healing the 10 lepers and only one comes back, right? And it's like, how many times do we do that to the Lord? We say, thank you for healing me. Thank you for whatever. Thank you for making my circumstance right. And we run off.
That's a good story.
Forget about the rest of it. And then,
to be the one leper.
To be the one leper, right? Gratitude as a discipline and a worldview. And I don't know why it hit me about the 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18. And it's the end of the paragraph or the verses, but it basically talks about, rejoice in the Lord always, blah, 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 because this is what the Lord has for you. And I went, oh, I usually skip that part, but this is what the Lord has for us is gratitude. Like it's built into our nature and we have to exercise that.
And it's one thing, like, there are times when I'll make a list. I know at church there, right. Make a list. He does it every year. He adds one or whatever, which is great. And I've done it. And I can go through that list and be like, oh, I'm really grateful. But to live with an attitude and a lifestyle of gratitude, right? Just everything about you is grateful, which we were laughing this morning. We got complained about we only had 5 options of sausages here. So when we got up for breakfast, they had liver sausage, beef sausage, chicken sausage, lamb sausage, and pork sausage. And we both took the beef sausage and we didn't love it. And we were sitting at breakfast like, I don't like the beef sausage. Like, which again is so silly. I know it's stupid, but if you could train yourself to live. My husband does this very well.
He does, yeah. You always say Sean.
And we almost make fun of him sometimes because we're like, seriously, could you please? But he has literally created a habit of just positivity and gratitude no matter what.
Yeah.
He has done this.
That's what I loved about it, but it's a discipline.
It is a discipline.
It's not, it doesn't just happen. You have to, it's a worldview that then becomes your everyday life. So it's so ingrained in you that you don't stop to think, oh, I have to be grateful in the second.
And it goes back to what you said, knowing who God is.
Yes.
I think the difference between my husband and I is I'm very selfish in regards of it's about my life and my kids and my job, my circumstances, instead of it being about who God is. And Sean is able to walk in that regardless of circumstances. God's got it. We're good. God brought this. God did it. And I think that, but I don't live it the way that he does. So it is a discipline, but the discipline comes from walking in who God is. And then you become more grateful because you know who God is.
Because there's just freedom in it.
It's not about you.
Then you don't have to, it's not your worry. And that's, I think, what I loved about this is the will of God for you through Jesus Christ. I'm like, how did I miss that part of it? You always hear the first, I should look that up. You should always hear what the first part of that verse is.
Right. And then lean on that. That's a famous verse.
Right.
But then the end. Yeah, you can look that up. A couple of the verses I tried to lean into. 1 Samuel 12:24. Only fear the Lord and serve him faithfully with all your heart, for consider what great things he has done for you. Like if you got up every day and considered the great things he had done for you, you would walk about your day differently.
You would. I know.
You'd be mad at beef sausage.
I know. We might still, but
really bad sausage. Try the pork tomorrow.
Yeah.
Psalms 95. Let us come into his presence with thanksgiving. Right?
Yeah, perfect.
Come into his presence with thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Every time we're in his presence, it should be an attitude of thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't always do that.
I know.
I feel like when I journal, I'm good about starting with thanks or adoration, but a lot of times it's not for who he is. It's yes,
Thanks
it might be adoration, but it's more thank you for this,
all the
this,
good
or
stuff
this.
I have.
Yeah, that's.
Mm-hmm. Romans 11:36. This is a good one. For from him and through him and to him are all things. To him be glory forever. Just a reminder.
Yeah, that where it
It's
comes
about
from.
him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Hebrews 12. Therefore, let us be grateful for receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, and thus let us offer to God acceptable worship with reverence and awe.
So we're doing this Bible study. This colleague of mine is leading at work. And one of the things she said a couple of weeks ago was, we were talking about, a faith, and she just basically said, walk like you know it. This is who you are in Christ. And if you walk and present yourself like you know that, it does change your whole world. And I don't think we do. We walk in, it's so easy to walk in, I got life going on and I got God on the side. Mm-hmm. And that is not what he wants. This says, okay, right?
I can't think of the end of it.
It's rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Jesus Christ for you. What?
Right.
Why don't we ever say that part?
Right. That's his will for people say, I'm trying to figure out what the will of the Lord is.
Yeah.
How many times do we say, I'm seeking the will of the Lord?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Here it is. It's right here.
Right. Be
right
thankful.
Here. Be thankful.
Pray.
Gratitude. And I don't know. I turned on worship music this morning. I hope I didn't wake you up with that in your room. But
I was out.
That's a pretty good thing.
I was out.
But we're going to have a problem tonight. We have to get on the same schedule somehow.
I stayed up last night. We've switched because the time change, obviously. So I could not go to sleep last night. It was 2:30 in the morning and I could not sleep. So I slept till 10 o'clock this morning. You, on the other hand, crashed when we got here and you were up at the crack of dawn.
Got up at 6. So we're going to see
what
other today brings.
I digress from this, but I just realized I'm sitting on the wrong side.
Oh, we're on the wrong side.
I know your mom's going to complain about I kept trying to do it. I was like, I had to switch the bangs. And now we switch sides.
What are we doing?
So
we don't have mugs. We don't have everything else.
We do have their water. Where's my fun water bottle?
Yes. It is a
cute
water
South
bottle.
African water bottles.
It is
still
cute.
water.
It is cute.
But I'm on the wrong side, so I noticed the hair. Sorry.
You still look
Sharon.
Yeah.
Sorry. You got her bad side.
Yeah, I have to look over there. Yes, I know what you mean. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, this is the will of God.
This is the will of God, which, if we just walked in that alone. So anyway, I put worship music on this morning and I thought, what the heck? Why don't I do that at home every morning?
Yeah.
Why don't I do that?
That's one of the steps. I had a list of because then it's
practically
what
speaking,
do I need to do to walk in this state of gratitude all the time? And it was worship music, which it is so true. You put worship on and you instantly are like, oh.
You know what came on today? The Brandon Lake. The first one I put on, Gratitude
of course
song. That was the first song on Pandora, halfway across the world.
Yep.
Of course, that's what's here. Thanks, Lord.
So worship songs.
It also, the next line of that Thessalonians verse, the Thessalonians verse is, don't quench the spirit.
Worship. So that was one of the practical. Yeah, the thing was journaling.
Yeah, good journaler.
And then there was a couple good ones.
Journaling does make a difference if you really sit there and you sort of say, I'm going to list 5 things today that I'm grateful for, right? Just 5 things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keep journaling for a lack of backless chairs.
Yeah, we don't have backless chairs here, so we have to sit up. Very good posture here. Keep journal of good things. Express thankfulness to others. So that's something just in a daily situation practically. When I was trying to think of it, if I walked into work,
am I grateful?
What if I said something that I was thankful for about my employees before I said, why didn't somebody clean the whatever? Which I'll walk in and be like, how you doing? Good, great. Why didn't somebody clean this? Instead of, man, thanks for being here today and showing up to work. You didn't have to. And I couldn't be here if you didn't show up. Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
So expressing thankfulness to others.
Good.
I've got to do a better job. Notice and declare positive things throughout the day, which I loved the declare. Because I'll notice, we'll notice the jasmine, but I'll notice, it's pretty, or, wow.
Yes, but declaring.
But to declare
make words come out.
Wow, thank you for the jasmine, or whatever.
Right.
So notice and declaring positive things.
We have lots of opportunity for that.
We do.
This week, too, especially.
Thank you, Lord, for the lions.
Yes, for the
and
lions
the elephants.
and the tigers and the bears.
And the heat right now. Thank you for the heat.
We're
sticky.
Yeah.
Pray and sing. What do we have about worship? honor others. And that's a big one. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
also expressing thankfulness, but honoring that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which, again, I was in talking with Abby. It kind of came up and I said, I have to do that better with my husband.
Yeah, me too.
I have got to honor him more.
Yeah.
I sent a text. I did a text.
Oh, good
You're
for you.
awesome. I love you. Thank you.
I do things like, thanks for emptying the dishwasher. Thanks for putting gas in my car. But I don't it's the same thing I do with God, actually. Like, it's a very similar relationship. Thanks for what you did for me. Not necessarily thanks for who you are.
And that's because that's probably easier. It's transactional. It's tangible.
Yeah.
I can see the dishwasher.
Right.
I can see the gas in the car.
Right.
But them
thanking for them for who they are.
Who they are.
Yeah. In our lives.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's what I do with God.
Honor others.
That's pretty scary.
We have to honor others. So those are some practical things to do. What else can we do?
That's good. I love the idea of journaling, and just like as part of the journaling, just write 3 things that we're grateful for. I think those are good, like practical steps. Journaling helps me. So
I'm not a great journaler.
I know.
I mean, I do it, but I got to do better, even if it's just that.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a thing. Like, I'm on my phone so much. My phone is in front of me. So like, I'm wondering if there might be a thankful app.
There
there's a verse of the day.
There's
got to be an app that's kind of like
just like a gratitude app.
Yeah.
I bet there is. There's a gratitude journal in there somewhere where you just write things.
Because maybe if it just pops up on my phone.
Yeah. You get your reminder.
Or I can maybe every day on my phone put just on the calendar, like 3 things. I don't know.
We used to have those things that we got reminders for.
Yes, I still do. I have my kids' verses reminders.
I do too.
So maybe I need
I have mine too. But we had those other ones. Remember that other app we were using? I forget what that was. Anyway, but I think just writing a thank you note, like just writing a thank you note to people that you really, like, I try to do that for employee anniversaries and just, but what's once a year?
Yeah.
Like, I really should just, like, very practically speaking, there's so many people in my life that just, I should say thank you to.
Yeah.
Just, and I think a handwritten note is very nice for that kind of stuff.
I'm not good at that. All right. So we have our tasks.
We have a couple things we're going to do.
Tell us if you have other things that you do to be grateful. I think I'd love to hear.
Yes.
So journaling, worship, but what are some things that maybe you do to practice gratefulness? Practical things that we can share with everybody. I'd love
practical,
to know.
It's one thing to say, oh, be grateful, but I love the idea of what is that? What's some action items? Right. Because it's a discipline. It's no different than I can't just say I'm going to work out. I need a discipline of what that's going to look like. And this is the same thing. It's a discipline that we have to exercise.
Yes, I have to figure out something. Because even this, I studied it and then I've not touched it for a couple of days and I've not been thankful or grateful. Yeah. So I have to do something. I have to pick something that's going to force me to practice
stick.
and
have it stick.
Do better with this discipline.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to pray about it, which is not just.
I was just going to say, okay.
I am really going to pray about it because I want to do it well. If I just say I'll journal, I know I'm not going to get up and journal every day. It's just not in my nature.
But I don't think you like I pick something that's just every day you're going to stop for 1 second and you're going to be in awe of something that God.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to find an app. That's my thing. Because I'm on my phone. So if it's there in front of me.
I think you can use your 1 second app. And it could be just a awe thing. Like, not so much what's happening in your day, but just where did God awe you today?
Ooh.
That's sort of fun.
That is fun. So there's an app my daughter got me on. We're talking about it's called 1 Second Every Day. And you take a video of what you're doing in the day and it creates a video for the year. So I started this in January and I've not missed. So if you watch my year in review now, I mean, I've got a lot.
I love that.
And I really thought 1 second seemed so small, but in that second, I can put myself back to where I was at 8 months ago when I see that. I'm like, oh, I was right there. So it's really fun.
Does it always start in January? You can start whenever.
You can start it whenever.
Yeah.
That was one of my goals last year was I was going to do 1 second a day. And it really was meant to kind of be like grateful for my day. So a lot of my days are a sunset or a sunrise or, something that I'm like, bread. We just took my 1 second a day was
tour.
Bread. They've got an amazing, just open,
beautiful
on the
bread.
Shelf, just bread everywhere. So my 1 second a day today was of the bread. That's a good idea.
But I mean, that would be just if you did it and it was purely focused, that would be 2 seconds of your day. One for sort of recording your life, but the other one would be just a whole year of like whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's a great idea. I wonder if I could do 2 seconds.
2 seconds a day.
I wonder if I can download 1 second a day and a second 1 second a day.
Maybe you just start a new album.
I have to look and see how you do. You sign up with your email.
Investigate
so I have to see, maybe I have to sign up with another email. I don't know.
You use Misfits.
So I'm not going to pray about it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to find something on my phone that will do. How about
I'm going to write a few thank you notes.
Okay.
And I'm going to start my journaling with being thankful and really articulating who God is. Right? Not for what he's done for me. That is such a lazy thing that I do, is say, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you for this. Mm-hmm. And I really need to be thankful for who he is and focus on that.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
So I have plenty of time this week.
We do. We have lots of time.
That's good.
So thanks for being with us in South Africa. We'll try to take lots of pictures and post them on Misfits of us here.
Exactly. And we're going to get a legend.
We are going to get a legend session here. We have something from South Africa. It looks like we should be able to get them here. So that'll be exciting.
So that's good. Yep.
So Misfits on the road. No cups, no mugs, but that's okay.
Hey, this is fun.
We're just so grateful to be here.
We're so grateful to be here.
So
we are grateful for this.
Is the statue behind us?
Oh no, the statue is down here.
Oh, he is behind us.
Oh, there he is.
It was there. So we were laughing. We were trying to get him out. There are a lot of naked statues all over, and so one is in our background. We're grateful
we had
for
to
that.
move our little bench over. So okay.